Now back to the Brian Zimmerman Show. Here's Brian.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Brian Zimmerman Show, where I share personal tell all stories and revelations on my good and bad experiences in sales, music, and radio. I want to share a tip today that I learned from one of my sales trainers, Josh Braun, who taught me about detaching from the outcome. What's the number one reason why salespeople hate making cold calls? Fear of rejection, right? Fear of getting hung up on, fear of not getting the meeting, fear of someone saying no. And the number one reason that you make a cold call is not to sell somebody something, because not everybody needs your product or service. It's not to get a meeting. We're all taught that we have to sell, we have to get the meeting. Uh, when you make a cold call, what you want to do and accomplish is to simply have a conversation, okay? And when you detach from the outcome, you're not expecting to get a meeting. You're not expecting to sell somebody. You're not expecting to have someone say yes, because when you expect all that, you're going to be let down. You're going to be very disappointed. And I've seen a lot of salespeople quit sales jobs because they couldn't take the rejection. They couldn't handle the rejection. They couldn't, roll with the punches, and they didn't understand that the rejection and all that other stuff is part of the process, is part of sales. But there's a much easier way to get around that, which we talk about in different episodes about, your messaging and that sort of thing, but and your approach. But the main reason what you want to accomplish on a call is to have a conversation. So when you're expecting to sell somebody something, when you're expecting a yes, when you're expecting to get that meeting, and that doesn't happen, and you get hung up on, and you hear no, not interested, you're going to be very disappointed. So when you detach from that, you have no expectations, but simply picking up the phone. And my only expectation of this call and every call is to simply have a conversation. And then no matter what happens after that, is simply going with the flow, going with the process. If they hang up, that's fine. If they get a meeting, that's fine, right? If they say not interested, that's fine. But the goal, again, is to have a conversation, to try to understand whether or not it's a fit, try to uncover latent pain. Again, doing more listening, than you do talking. Salespeople want to just ramble and pitch on a cold call. They're so excited because somebody picked up after the 50th call or something, right? If somebody finally picked up the phone, and now they want to, then now their sales switches on, and what they do is they start rambling and mumbling and pitching somebody to death, and that's one of the reasons why you're getting that not interested and the hang-ups, and that you're not getting meetings. Have a conversation, build that rapport, start that relationship. It's not going to happen on the first call, right? It doesn't take, it's nothing is done on the first call, unless they're in market, which is 1% or less. And that's also hard to do because you still have to build that rapport, and it's a process. Sales is a journey, it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. So try to remember, and if you're somebody who is afraid of making calls because you're afraid of that rejection, I hope that this tip helps you in a way that you can look at a call differently now, by not expecting anything other than having a conversation. And I guarantee you that it'll become a lot much more easier for you to do. That is all for me. I'm Brian. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.